Hey guys, welcome back to this channel and welcome to A Conscious Time. Mark Devo here, and welcome to this video on speech is the image of mind. I'm just looking at my notes here. I've changed the video name to Speech is the Image of Mind by Neville Goddard. This is a quote by Neville Goddard. I'd originally named this video Power of the Spoken Word, but I just felt Speech is the Image of Mind by Neville Goddard was more applicable and just sums up what I wanted to talk about today. Much better. So let's jump into it. But before we jump into it, for those that are new to this channel, I speak about everything through the eyes of awareness, through a bird's eye view, as it were. There are a lot of abstract ideas. Can't narrow everything down. You'll spend a lifetime trying to verify these things. You've got to use yourself, what resonates with you, your experience, and you cannot take that away from yourself or from anyone. If you've experienced that, and that is a relative truth for you in this point in time, then that is truth, and you've got to look at it. It makes me think of Rudolf Steiner. You've got to look at life through the eyes of a spiritual science, because this current world that we navigate through is such a small pigeonhole, or such a small focal point. There's such greater awareness to navigate through, if that makes sense. But let's just jump into it. I've made some beautiful notes here. I can hardly read them myself, so let's crack on. Let's hope for the best. And I just think before I crack on, I believe this is really a powerful video, because this was inspired by becoming so much more conscious of the words that I use. And as Neville Goddard said, speech is the image of mind. Your words reflect what you are thinking, and it's ever more powerful to become aware of your words, because your words are the most powerful force, if that's an applicable word, in this universe. And we'll jump into what I mean by that, and that is your creative power. And it's so important to take your creative power back, especially at this time, I believe, in the world which is going on with projected future pandemics. Be careful what you speak into the world. To currency, how the whole currency is going in the world in terms of I won't even go down that road, but most of you know what's going on in the world, that things are moving very quickly, and the point is, it's very important to take back that creative power through our thoughts, through our words, and not be subject to the world, because the power ultimately is within our hands, not the powers that be to try and dictate which way humanity will go. Anyway, let's just jump into this. So everything is frequency and vibration, and your words are obviously this cornerstone of frequency and vibration, and become manifest. All right. So, and this was also inspired by my previous video from manifestation, so check that out. That's more in a thought form, so this is more the spoken word and becoming conscious of that. Okay, and you've got to experience this. I've experienced this in my life, how it has created from you've got to ask yourself, what is serving you? Is a negative outlook, negative words adding value or adding harmony to your life, or is positive words and positive outlook serving you and adding harmony to your life? That's the core question. Ultimately, I know it sounds obvious, positive, and we've always heard that cliche, haven't we, of speaking positively, speaking kindly, but we don't actually realize the true power of that, because we still don't think we have that creative power. So let's unpack that. And it's actually hard to navigate through this world, because generally speaking, we live in a world that is quite negative. Drama sells, and so we find common ground a lot of the time with a negative outlook when we're meeting people, don't we? It's always complaining about this, complaining about that. So we actually have to have a new language and actually condition ourselves or discipline ourselves to create that higher frequency, high vibration, and that positive way of living. And it has a ripple effect. All right. Okay, so what is my next point here? Okay, so just to back this up and give a little bit of a backdrop, the power of the word is spoken throughout various sacred books, from the pyramid text to I'm the great word, the Pharaoh said, to the Torah, and of course the Bible. And when I was putting this video or writing down some of the notes, John chapter 1 verse 1 from the New Testament really summed it up to me. So let me just read this quickly down on my computer. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So you can see by that, just that short little verse, the power of the spoken word. And then obviously you can go and research other texts as well, but I found that a beautiful quote. All right. And then Neville Goddard. Obviously I use a lot of Neville Goddard. I've always mentioned that the one that's always stuck in my mind is we are always expressing ourselves consciously or subconsciously, and what has inspired this video is speech is the image of mind. So you can see what your thoughts are, what is going on in your mind and your spirit through your speech, which is reflecting your thoughts. You don't judge yourself, you just correct yourself. Is it serving you, and what would you like to create in your life? And this became very evident when I was putting down some of these notes for this video, when a close member came into contact with us, and they said there's always something going on, and it was almost in a negative way, meaning what this person was trying to portray is that there's no respite, or there's no break. It's almost like they just wanted to have peace, and there's always something going on. And I just thought, geez, that's quite applicable, because I've heard this from this person on a few occasions, and as it happens, there's always something going on, as opposed to an alternative. And give me your thoughts and comments, what you think. An alternative, I thought, is maybe you could suggest something like life flows freely and easily, and then see how life flows from there. Because now, instead of being the subject of the world, because a lot of us don't realize we have that creative power, we think that life is happening to us, as opposed to life, that we are creating life as we go. So we justify it in thinking, oh, there's always something going on, or there's always something happening, because now you are the subject. You might have created all these things, and now it's happening to you, but you don't realize that you've actually created it. As opposed to now going, the discipline, the hard part is, and maybe it doesn't even need to be hard, watch your words, is saying something like, life flows freely and easily. Give it a little bit of time and see how life now pans out from there. And I know from my own personal experience, this has been tried and tested time and time again. I went through very negative spots in my life, patches, my background, etc. I changed various things, from a work relationship, personal relationship, changing my speech, changing my thoughts, and the experience was it was profound. So again, let me know your thoughts, your comments. Maybe after you've experienced this video, come back and let me know if what the results were from changing some of your thoughts, behaviors, speech. And it has to become a habit. And then once it's become a habit, it becomes assimilated. But it might not feel natural at first, but because you've made that conscious decision, you've made that choice, now you just have to back that up with the habits, if that makes sense. So you might think you say something that's positive, it doesn't feel natural, and you just lying to yourself. You're not lying to yourself because you've chosen that first. It's not natural because maybe you've got negative habits from your past. You've chosen now consciously. Now you've just got to back it up through habits and becoming a way of life, if that makes sense. All right, and then just to end that off on some practical exercises. I've mentioned becoming a way of life and speaking them daily. So literally speaking positive affirmations or positive statements, literally speaking them out loud. Writing them down is another form, but also talking them out loud again is very powerful. But you can use them now for your goals, your dreams. You can write them out on a piece of paper, but every day you can say your specific goals and dreams. Something simple could be, I'm successful. Thank you for the sales I receive, or thank you for the health I receive. So, or you could say thank you for the health I have, which is in the present moment. You don't necessarily want to say, I want this, I want that, because that you got to be careful with the word I want, which I've spoken about before, because want is stipulating you lack. So I would suggest you say things like giving thanks for the things that you think you lack, if that makes sense. So maybe you feel like you don't have health. Give thanks for the health you receive. It's a bit of a conscious flip there in your mind that you have to do, but again, try it, experience it. All right, and you'll see affirmations, various affirmations that are going to serve you. I'm successful, I'm strong, etc. Those are simple ones. Again, speak them out loud daily. Become a habit. And the great thing about this is, if it doesn't resonate with you and you don't believe this fully, or believe those particular words that you've chosen, it doesn't actually matter. Just practice them, say them daily. It will still work, and then when you actually believe it more, it will get more power. So I hope this makes a lot of sense. I hope it resonates with you. Again, everything is down to you and how it resonates with you and your experience. So let me know your thoughts, comments, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Hope this adds great value. All the best for 2023.